Ruth Anderson here with Enlightened World Network. I am here with Julia Greef. We absolutely love Julia's work here on Enlightened World Network, and we're excited every time she comes to do a meditation. She is here to do a meditation for us today. And Julia, I can't wait to see where you're going to take us.
It's wonderful to be here with you and with the Enlightened World Network community. Thank you so very much for your warm welcome, Ruth.
Oh, great. Well, Julia, you get started and take us wherever spirit is guiding you.
Okay, I will do that. So if everyone would like to just take a moment to relax and start to come into your center. Thank you. And the beings of absolute light, which are the beings that I channel so that they are starting to fill the space with the ascension light codes. Now, now, now. Because that's what they most want to support us with. And not just the beings that I channel, but all the beings of the purest and the highest, most absolute highest light that surround us now. Thank you. They're here to support us in aligning with this, the highest ascension timeline of the planet. And today they particularly want to bring this through in the sense of knowing ourselves as the divine love light that we are in our highest frequency embodiment and our highest essence of self, they say. So they ask us to begin by just allowing our body to relax, consciously slowing down our breath. And allowing the tension to release. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From our body now, as they support us in coming into a more grounded state of beingness, being fully present with the world, with ourselves and in our body now. And calling back to ourselves all the parts of self that have been left in interactions with others or something that we've had our concern or our worry or attention on. Calling all those fragmented parts of self back to self into the body now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that we can truly be at home here in the physical earth plane, in the body. At home, they say, not just feeling at home in the earth, but feeling at home in the structure of the multi-dimensional light body that we are now co-creating, being supported in creating each of us by divine source light of the highest light now. Thank you. And now they ask us to see a crystalline diamond cord. Thank you. Coming down from our root chakra into the center of ascended Gaia now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And just elevating the frequency of our body as we consciously move this energy of ascended Gaia into our body through this crystalline diamond cord. as we focus on breathing this energy up into our body now. Now, now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And as we really feel this connection to Gaia, asking us also to welcome all the support that Gaia has for us. She is filling the energetic space that we gather in with her high frequency, green, energetic healing codes too, she says. And the codes that she shares today are very much about supporting us in being present with ourselves, present in the world in the way that we need to be present in order to be the presence of love and of light for those around us and for the world at large. Thank you. And the Archangel Metatron and Lord Melchizedek stepping forward and into the energetic space now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And raising the frequency as they begin to pour in their sacred geometry of light to support us again in aligning with that highest essence of our being, the divine light that we are now, now, now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, as they also support us in releasing in conjunction with the dragons and the galactics, that which is not supporting us in being aligned at this time with the higher frequency energies that are coming into the planet now. And Mary, Mother of Jesus, and Mary Magdalene, thank you, are stepping forward now. And they wish to activate in us a greater embodiment of self-love. Thank you. And activating this now to be present not only in our heart space, but in our entire, thank you, auric and energetic field as a whole. Thank you. And asking us just to breathe into our heart space now. Thank you. Thank you. As they start to also bring this energy of love into each of the other chakras in our chakra column now. Thank you, helping to bring, they say, the healing that is needed in each of those through the presence of bringing divine love to those by our focus on them as we are in this connected state of beingness with the divine love, the divine light that we are. And the ascended consciousness of Gaia wishes to step forward now and to remind us that each time that we come into this state of beingness, where we are fully present with ourself as a divine being, incarnated in physical form, source energy, crystalline, diamond light come into the physical vessel in order for so many of us specifically to be of service at this time as Gaia and humanity are ascending now. And Gaia just wishes to remind us that each time we come into connection with this heart of self in this way, we help to raise the frequency of the whole. And that doing this alone is of support to the ascension timeline of humanity, but asking us to step more into our power too. Telling us, reminding us of the truth that we know within our hearts that she says we haven't dared to admit to ourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That we are powerful. That we hold the keys to the evolution into a higher vibrational state of alignment and into a higher state of consciousness that will allow us to be key in creating the kind of world that we want to see for ourselves and for the generations that come after us. And Gaia implores us not to lose hope when we look into the world around us. Whatever we may see, to trust in the power of the elevated human consciousness, the divine human consciousness, to be able to co-create rapidly with source light, the kind of structures and the kind of world that can support the whole in being aligned with this higher state of being, this multi-dimensional self that we are all now stepping into, and that as we step into it, the beings of absolute light wish to add, especially Melchizedek and Metatron, that is what will enable us to create this new world, this new earth together at a more accelerated rate than would be possible if we were trying to do it with our purely 3D human tools. So they ask us to step into the embodiment of the power that we are and to come together in groups to co-create the earth that we wish to see for all, not just for ourselves. Now, thank you. And just activating a higher degree of courage, the courage of the lion's heart within our hearts now, they say. Thank you. And some more beings of absolute light stepping forward to share their messages now. First, Kuan Yin. And she says, "Dear, beautiful, beloved ones, thank you." With a bow of gratitude to you for choosing to come forth in the world at this time and to share your unique codes. Of light. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I wish to share many things with you, dear ones, but the one that speaks most clearly at this time is that of compassion, love, forgiveness for self and for those that you are interacting with in the physical world. As each of you bring these qualities into a higher state of frequency and resonance within you, so you will discover more of the truth, the sacred beauty and truth of who you came to be, and be able to step forth on your path in ways that are aligned with the most absolute highest frequency of your being. Releasing that which is not aligned now. Thank you. And also Yeshua, who first wants to share the divine Christed codes of absolute light in the energetic space, just raising the frequency within each of our heart spaces. Now, so that we can come into the embodiment of the divine Christed heart. Now. And he shares not only compassion, also action, dear ones. Action in alignment with that which you know to be true, that which you know to be true within your own sacred heart, to be aligned with the values that you uphold and that are aligned with the values and frequencies of New Earth, plus action in alignment with your guidance. This, dear ones, is what is most important at this time if you are to stand up as the way showers and the leaders and the light workers who are to bring this earth into the frequency and the vibration and the state of physical beingness that we wish to see you do so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And elevating each of us now, he says, into a higher frequency of beingness, and particularly in relation to action, being able to take action in alignment with divine source light and therefore in alignment with divine flow for the highest good of the whole. Thank you. And the last being that steps forward to share with us today is Buddha consciousness. Thank you. And Buddha, along with the other Indian ascended masters of absolute light. Thank you. Wish to just support us as we sit in silent meditation. They ask us to support us in knowing the divine within as we connect through the heart space, breathing in and out of our heart as they continue to pour activations into our field as we do so. Thank you. They say we will sit in this silent meditation for about 2 to 4 minutes now. Thank you. Thank you. And also clearing through our third eye chakra now, so that we can access the highest vibration and frequency of our own guidance now. Thank you. And just repeating their honoring and gratitude for each of you for choosing to come into this physical plane at this very significant time on the human timeline. And for choosing to bring the galactic force of light that you are and your embodiment of that in ways that are divinely upheld and divinely powerful, they are saying, to the earth at this time to support the whole. Thank you. And then with love and gratitude also from my heart to yours, in your own time, if you'd like to start to come back to the room that you are in, carrying this image and this vibration of the divine frequency of power that we hold within ourselves as we open to this multidimensional self into the earth plane as we come back fully grounded into the body now. And thank you all. And thank you, Ruth.
Julia, I always find your meditations to be so interesting because you bring in different aspects that we normally get. And so I actually have a question or two for you.
Of course.
So the last guide that came in, you said it was an Indian guide, and I didn't get the name.
Buddha was coming in first, and then he just said other of the ascended Indian masters of absolute light. So I know that I work with Yogananda or Lahiri Mahasaya and bring through some of their frequencies, and also Babaji. So they're saying it was them plus like a whole tradition coming in behind them to support us. And what they really want us to know, they say, is that there's so much support for us at this time.
I was really following that energy as that came in, and I was trying to figure it out, but I really felt that in my heart chakra. It just felt so grounded and so expansive at the same time. It was a beautiful energy. And at the end, you mentioned the galactic force of life that you are. And some of our folks, me included, don't use the word galactic force very often. So can you explain that to us?
Right, it's not a word that I've ever used or ever had any contact with or heard of before, but let me just tap into that. It's just what came through in the moment. But they're saying it's like as we connect into that multidimensional self, we bring in our galactic aspects from other planets and from other lifetimes that we have had. And this is how we're able to be a being of true interdimensional or multidimensional power in the world, they're saying. And they're saying that it's as we tap into this that we become that like column of power, that column of light in the world that allows us to have more impact on others around us, because we're tapped into so much more of our, like a more rounded idea of our truth and of who we are, and into more of the divine light and the divine love, the essence that we are.
Well, and I love the fact that all of these beings were coming in together, and it wasn't religious. You know, there was the Christ consciousness, and there was Mother Mary, the mother of Christ, but it wasn't religious. Buddha was there and other Indian guys. I mean, it was really very interesting. So thank you for broadening me at this moment. I really loved when you talked about action in alignment with divine source light, because I think that's what we are. I think that's what EWN is doing. I know that's what you're doing. And that's who I want to be. Absolutely. Action in alignment with divine source light.
Right. I think that was Yeshua brought that through, but yes, thank you for saying that what I'm doing comes in some way into alignment with that. And I totally think that everything that you and the other beautiful people at Enlightened World Network are doing is truly that. And I think as more of us step forward into that embodiment, that's how we're going to uplift and transform and change the world and really start to create a physical reality that reflects all that we know to be possible and all that we are starting to embody within ourselves and within ourselves.
Right. Oh, this is great. I have lots of notes that I've taken here, lots of notes. So, Julia, if people work with you, what do they experience?
It all depends. There's all different ways of working. There's various private sessions and there's various circles, but it is all about this raising the frequency of the individual to come into higher alignment with the highest ascension timeline, and also with the higher dimensional energies that are now possible for us. So there's various, depending on which circle or which session people choose, like some of them are more divine feminine focused, some of them are more archangel or Indian ascended master focused, some of them have a more galactic focus. There's various different routes that people can take, but all of them, they are here, they say, to support our highest ascension timeline at this time. Thank you. They just want to, they're bringing through a little more energy at the end here as we start to finish. And so they're all to support us in coming into alignment with that connection and allowing more of divine source light to come into our body and to activate ourselves so that we can come into our highest potential. But they said that's not only our highest human potential, but our highest divine potentials, which is what the ascension or the descension and bringing the divine into the physical body is all about. And that's kind of what the beings that I work with want to support us with the most. So anything that anyone would partake in or participate in would have that as the main essence behind it.
Excellent. Thank you. And it's fun because as you're talking, certain times like this column of light comes down through you. It's really fun to watch from here. Julia, if people want to know how to find you, how should they do that?
I am on Facebook. I have a Transmissions of Light Facebook page, and I also have a website, which is www.transmissionsoflight.net. And also I work with Reba Linker and the other beautiful ladies at A to Z Healing Space. So if you go to www.A to Z Healing Space, you can also find the Archangel and Indian Ascended Master Circle that I do on there too. So they would be the main routes. And people, if you want to, there's my email addresses on my website. If you have any questions or anything, you're more than welcome to reach out in that way too.
Excellent. And I do hope people will take advantage of that and find you. So quickly on the A to Z Healing with Reba Linker, the circles, is it once a month?
Yes, that circle is once. Yes.
Okay. So you can sit and listen to Julia once a month. And it's very reasonable. The price is very reasonable. So folks, please check that out.
Thank you very much.
Julia, thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you. It's so wonderful to be able to share. I feel, as you were saying, that's what we came here to be that action aligned with divine source light. And we can only do that when we come together in this way and create opportunities for each other to share. So I really want to honor and thank you and everyone at Enlightened World Network, because I know you do so much to bring so many people forward and to kind of put them center stage on your platform. So just honoring you and thanking you for that.
Thank you, Julia. And all of our friends, thank you for joining us. Whether you're watching us live or watching us on a replay, there's so much here at Enlightened World, and it's all for you. It's all for spiritual transformation and growth. So thank you for being here. Take good care, and God bless.